It is mid-March and it's warm outside. So I have a lot of things to do in my garden because it's a mess. And I just wanted to give you a quick tour and share with you all my to-dos and all the damages I found in the garden that needs fixing. I have expanded my garden over the 5 years since COVID. I moved my garden to my backyard 2021, and today we're in 2025 in March. So I have so much work to do. And on top of that, we were doing renovations for the past 3 years, and you may see trash all around is because we lived in the renovations and through the winter and stuff. Sometimes there was nowhere to put things. It was just dumped in my garden. So that's the work that I need to do to clean up and get it all ready and dolled up for 2025.
So this is my garden, and this is one of the main areas that I garden in, but I have multiple areas and also a whole lot of containers in my garden. So let's start in this section. As you see, there's multiple containers where I have herbs and some starter plants like grapes. I'm growing mint in all of those containers with pillars in them. And then this is the front bed number one. I grow a lot of peppers in here and some leafy greens. I have some winter sowing going in Ziploc bags and a milk jug. This is my garlic bed, and something dug into it, so we're gonna figure out what happened here. Normally I had strawberries in there, but 2 years ago I decided to turn it into a garlic bed. This bed I grow on the trellis tomatoes, and I grew some ground cherry, but it moved everywhere. So we're gonna grow more peppers and ground cherries in that bed. This is my table, and it's going downwards for some reason. And this bed, I like to grow some onions. The grow bags there have some herbs in there. And also we grew some flowers in here. So this year we're going to switch it up a little bit. And this bed is my perennial where I have asparagus, some strawberries, and some rhubarb. Something also went in and dug in there. So we're going to fix that, but I can't wait to have asparagus. This front bed, I normally grow a lot of leafy greens, but I do have pests like deer and stuff, so I'm gonna experiment and see how I could keep my leafy greens and eat them and share them with the deers. But let's see. These pots again have a bunch of herbs. I think I have fennel, lemon balm, lemongrass, and all these small pots are grapes. I want to grow a lot of grapes, but it takes a couple of years for it to establish. Again, in these containers with the pillar have mint in them, chocolate mint. This area is a trellis tunnel where I have my tomatoes and vine plants growing. Last year I installed it and I had tomatoes and some peppers growing on here, as well as some flowers. This is the chicken coop area. The chicken coop also, I need to clean it today. I do practice the deep litter method, and I need to clean it because it's warm outside, so I'm gonna do that. But this is the one section of my garden. Here's another section of my garden. This is a closer to the house, and I have 4 by 4 garden beds. I do have perennials in here. I have sorrel, the green ones, and then I have the red vine in this bed here. On the trellis, I like to grow either tomatoes or beans. The first year I did beans. A couple years I did tomatoes. This year I'm going to do beans. This bed I have, as you see, this big shrub is sage, and I like to plant a variety of things in here. Sometimes chives in here. And on the trellis again, it will be either beans or tomatoes. In this bed, I like to plant some garlic. This year I did not, so I'm going to switch it up and put some onions in there. So this is the 4x4 garden bed area. Let's go down and I'll show you another area of the garden. But I have so much mess. So one of my to-do lists, or the biggest, is to clean up because we've been renovating and we moved stuff out of the house and it has ended up in my garden. So my garden has a lot of mess. This area has my old winter soak containers, so I'm going to tidy up and move them out. This, I installed the in-ground garden where I planted a lot of variety of things like corn. It wasn't fun planting them, but it failed. We did not get any corn. So we are not going to grow any corn. This is another area. We started this years ago. My boys planted or installed this garden as a French fries bed. So this is where we grow some potatoes. We did try to grow some carrots and nothing grew, so something happened here. We're going to experiment. We did grow some garlic one year. That was last year, and we had a lot of success. So we're going to figure out what we're going to grow this year. It could be maybe some more garlic and potatoes, but it's stretched all the way down. So we're going to use this area for a lot of growing. And then this is a future garden. I think I'm going to expand and do more in-ground gardening because there's so much space, so much land, but I have so much pests. So I'm going to experiment to see what they don't like to eat, and that's when I'm going to grow. And this is the whole backyard where I'm trying to create a food forest or a food backyard garden so that I could feed my family and also educate you on how to do this. On top of it, I do have a compost area behind these trees. All we do is just throw our scraps, some of our Amazon boxes, and the leaves, the fall leaves. And then also I have one of these container compost. I haven't used it in a while. I know the compost is done, so this year we're gonna get that compost and maybe perhaps move this compost bin so that it's more accessible. But yes, I just throw it in here. I'm not a compost expert, but I just dabble in it and just do the basics. But I can't wait to plant out the garden, clean up especially. And let me go clean up my chicken
I just
coop.
did some work with my chickens. And this is the first spring eggs that I just got. They're enjoying being outside. It's nice and warm, so they taking a sun bath right now. Yes, I had to, rehydrate their hydration station, and give them some of our scraps. So we save all of our food scraps and leftovers in a separate bin in our kitchen, and then we bring it out and give it to them. So I just did that. I didn't want to bore you out with all that process. If you guys like that, just let me know in the comments and then I'll show you. It's a little bit messy. So this is our 5 eggs. We have 7 chickens. 1 rooster came out when we bought the chicks from Tractor Supply. We went for layers and a rooster came with it unknowingly, so we kept the rooster. Our neighbors love him. They always say it just remind them of being, in a farm setting. We are close to a farm setting here, but we're not a farm. But anyways, yes, these are our 7 chickens, and we did not name them. Maybe we tried to name them, but they're our friends. We do not eat the chickens that lay our eggs for us. We just get eggs from them. That's it. And they are our pets. If you want us to name them, just give us some suggestions, and maybe we'll name them this year. I know my sons, probably they have some names for them, but I know I didn't name them. But yay for some eggs.
This is another garden area where I plant some vine plants such as tomatoes, cucumber. It's also a trellis tunnel where I have grow bags or containers attached to the trellis. It's a mess. Sorry, guys. This is a big part of my to-do list, so need to tidy up, get this place all cleaned up. This was where my COVID garden was set up, and I moved it down to the backyard, but it's back.
I have a lot of work to do this season to get my garden back cleaned up and ready to grow a lot of food for me and my family and friends, and also to educate you on how you can do the same in your own backyard. So if you like this content, make sure to subscribe and also hit that notification button so that you could get notified when I create more videos for you. And let's keep on growing.